Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Shit's about to hit the fan. Welcome to Unsanctioned Thursdays on Wrestling with Freddie.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Unsanctioned Thursdays. I promised you guys at the end of Wednesday's show that we would start with some negativity, because I think that's a good way to start the day, isn't it, Jeff? Start with some bullshit. So here we go. We get a 1-star review from Rufus.
Oh, wait, 1 star?
1, Jeff. So get ready to be hot.
Okay, yeah.
You take our side.
Tell us
I'll
what
take,
this jabroni
I'll take
said.
Rufus' side. Let's see. Well, let's see. I don't know. He says the headline. Oh no, the headline is commercials, 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 and the review is last episode was 12 minutes long with 9 minutes of commercials. Thanks, dicks. He didn't write dicks. I threw that part in. He didn't write dicks. But okay, hold on, Rufus. I hear you, but your math is off. Because our episodes are not 12 minutes long. So you're exaggerating. However, I acknowledge there are 3 sets of commercials, 25 to 30 minutes worth of content. May feel like a lot. But I hear what you're saying. I am trying to make the episodes longer. We are trying to make the episodes longer. And I don't think it's an impossible quest that we're on. Mm-hmm. So bear with us. Hang in there. Jeff's probably going to cut into you a little bit. But let me just tell you, I friggin' hear you, dude. Yeah. And what you wrote is funny. And sorry for saying that you called us dicks.
Hey, Rufo. If that is your real name, Rufo. What do you got a wrestling name to leave your 1-star reviews? You didn't want to put your actual name? You're afraid we'll find you? You should be afraid we'll find you, Rufo. Here's the thing, pal. You think I like commercials? I don't. When I'm watching wrestling and they keep jumping over to watch my reality show with Mars, I don't like that crap either. I don't like commercials, but that's what pays the bills. That's what pays the bills. That's what lets us have this podcast. You know, as long as you like the 9 minutes we're doing when we're on, then we're doing our job. That's the whole point. But we do love you for listening. Please don't give up. We're going to make these episodes longer. I am growing in success in stand-up comedy, and Freddie Prinze Jr. works more than anyone I thought he retired from acting, and every time I turn something on, he's on a big script, like a high-budget movie, then a Hallmark movie, then a commercial for Cascade. This guy works, baby.
None of that's true.
That is true, dude. He's murdering chicks in pools. He's dating girls in dance studios. This guy works.
All right, Rufus. Listen, you've taken enough abuse from Jeff, and you've gotten enough love from me. But anytime you guys want to send a review, hateful or not, that wasn't even hateful. Yeah. I threw in the dicks part to make it seem meaner. That was just a criticism. I got you, dude. I can take criticism. Let's talk some Thursday shit. We can talk wrestling news. I can give you guys an update. I will soon have no more updates to give. I will have my definitive yes or no by the end of this week or by the end of next week. I'll repeat that, or by the end of next week. So give me 2 weeks. If I don't have an answer for you on the next Thursday episode, the one after that, you will. Nice. And then after that, I'll start giving you guys a backstory of how the process went, where I thought it went well, where I thought it didn't, what things I would change, if any. I put a lot of thought into it. So it'll be kind of like not a documentary, but sort of like a podcast documentary of how the process went. But I'm close. I'm really friggin' close. I've been talking with my booker, and we're so excited at some of the matches, including our potential main event that we could do if we get the yes soon enough. So I'm just really excited, more excited than anybody outside of the people that are involved with making this show with me. I'll be relieved for the journey to come to an end, hopefully with a successful conclusion.
Heck yeah.
But it's been a lot of stress, a lot of good stress and bad stress, but a lot of stress. Let's stick with wrestling. And let's stick with wrestling news, because I don't have anything else to report. But the interweb did, because Tony Khan and Shane McMahon were seen in a meeting together. I thought the photo was fake. I thought it was just a fake, like a good job on, like, not CGI, but whatever, like Photoshop. That's what it's called. But apparently it was real. Shane's made a statement, and the statement goes as follows. I'll do a Shane McMahon impression. Tony and I were connected through a mutual friend, and we had a great meeting. We talked about many things, but mostly about our shared love for the business and the rewards and challenges of working with family. I congratulated him on the 5-year anniversary of AEW and look forward to how he evolves the business moving forward. That was said by Shane McMahon. Your thoughts, Mr. Jeff Dye?
I've got a lot of theories on this. I love Shane McMahon, by the way. I'm good.
He's a cool dude, man. He drives super fast as hell. Bro, he put me in his car one time. We were driving back from Stanford with me and the head writer of Raw, this dude, Brian Gewirtz. And I was sitting shotgun. Brian was in the back seat, and Shane had this like 54 Chevy with like a big block, super modded motor under the hood. And we were going down the expressway like 120 miles an hour.
Oh my God.
And I'm sitting there like yelling out the window like I'm 21 years old, howling at the moon. And I look back and Brian Gewirtz has his hands are white knuckled on either side of the car. And he's like he's already like the whitest dude ever. He's like transparent. You can see his heart beating in his chest. And he's like, slow down. And Shane's just cackling like a madman. I was like, oh so shit, maybe we should slow down a little. But it was mad fun, dude. He's a cool dude. Anyway, that's my Shane McMahon story.
I've always, I like when I was young, I was never like a Shane McMahon guy. Like I was never like, that's going to be my favorite match. He's my favorite wrestler or whatever. But I've always, just the fact that he's Vince McMahon's son, like he's always been in the business. Like he's always been around. He's got the best entrance music. Really love Shane McMahon. One time I was going to an XFL football game. You and your wife had a suite for the game. Like you had like a little what is it called? A suite, right? Yeah. And so you were like, come on over to the suite. So I was like so excited. And in your suite was Shane McMahon. And I couldn't believe it. I was already like new friends with you. So I was like, I can't believe I'm hanging out with Freddie Prinze Jr. This is pretty cool. And then then Sarah Michelle Gellar's there. I was like, that's a nice little bonus to already getting to hang out with Freddie Prinze Jr. And then Shane McMahon was in the box and I was like, this is the life right here. But I didn't get to talk to him. I didn't get to like get a picture. He was in business mode.
He was talking with the lawyer of the team. They were in full-on business mode, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like a little disappointed. I was like, dang, man, I didn't get to like kick it or like I didn't get to whatever with Shane McMahon. But then I later in life, got to meet Shane McMahon at the Lakers game and now we've become friendly. And he's the best. I don't think you're going to see him in AEW. I don't think that that's what that is.
Okay, tell me. I don't know.
If I had to guess, I would say that he's just kind of seeing what his options are. You know what I mean? Like just kind of seeing where he can land and like what he wants to do. That's what I think. I think if he wants to go to AEW, they'd have him. Tony Khan will buy him up like a wrestling toy, like collect his little wrestling toys.
He doesn't need the money.
He doesn't need the money.
I can't see him getting bought up like that. Yeah.
I think he wants to be in WWE, but there's just too much stuff still there as far as baggage and all those things. Too many opinions floating around there. These are all just my guesses. I haven't asked him about it or anything like that. I think that he's just kind of seeing where he can be. What are the options out there for him? Is WWE going to get all interested now that they know Tony Khan and him met? Is Tony Khan going to offer him some crazy offer that he would entertain? I think he's just kind of seeing where or if he wants to do this still.
I wonder, when I worked there, Shane stepped away and I think didn't start, maybe purchased a Chinese cable company or something like that, like distribution, like television distribution. So I wonder if they were talking about maybe more like international distribution and things like that, and his thoughts on how they could sort of build their brand and expand more globally or something like that. I wonder. It's all speculation.
He's also such like he's got.
I thought it was a fake photo, for crying out loud.
He's got so many things going on. He's got like, all the things with his kids. Like he's very active in all of like his interests and things like that. So I imagine being away from wrestling for the small amount of time he's been away has been nice for him. Like, I'm like enjoying life. I'm getting to like, go do stuff. He went to a Yankees game,
It's funny. He lived the life that his dad always wanted. Like Vince's dad would never let him get in the ring. So when Shane asked, Vince was like, yeah, hell yeah, go ahead. And Shane had some of the most memorable matches of his generation, like the ambulance match with Kane and things like that. I mean, he got to do some wild shit. And I remember when he retired from wrestling, so to speak, and said, thank you. It was a privilege. You guys letting me share the ring with you. Like he was so respectful to all the men that he wrestled with. So I know he doesn't want to go back to wrestling. He blew out both his friggin' quads like
just
his dad basically the last time he got in. But I wonder if there's not bad blood, but if there's not room for him at WWE and he still has a passion for wrestling, like that's the only other show in town. My shit ain't off the ground yet. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't you go there and just see if there's something that they're lacking that's one of your strengths that you could help, bring to the table? I don't know Shane as a booker or anything like that because he wasn't working there in that capacity when I was there. But there's got to be a lot of ways he can help him.
And he's got so much value. Like, I mean, the fact that like he's been in every corner of the business his entire life. There's just like
at some capacity for sure. I think so. Yeah.
I just can't imagine that he wouldn't be valuable to anyone, any kind of wrestling group is what I would think. But also, who knows?
He was always mad cool, man. I remember Shane Helms, the Hurricane, came up with this idea to get Funaki back on TV. And he was going to be Kung Funaki. And he wrote the song to Kung Fu Fighting. He was like, everybody loves Kung Funaki. And we got like our Truth to sing it. And he gave him the crane kick, the Daniel LaRusso crane kick as his finisher. And MVP took it because MVP was a straight up G and generous like that and took a goofy finisher and took a loss to a goofy finisher. It takes a lot of heart to do that. So I remember they were pitching the idea and I don't remember who it was, but Shane was just walking by and he's like, what are you guys working on? And someone just goes, oh, just bringing Funaki back on TV. What do you think about Kung Funaki? And Shane just looks at him, shakes his head and goes, that's pretty fucking good. And just walked away. And we were all like, yeah, Kung Funaki, let's get him on TV. It's a great idea. And we ended up getting him on TV. It worked for like a month. It was like a little 4-week storyline for him, dude. It was cool as hell.
I love that. Do you think the guy who snapped the picture of Tony Khan talking to Shane is fired?
I wonder.
Because did you see their face? They looked at him like whoever took
they
that
weren't
pic,
happy about it. Yeah.
Or like that they were just confused why he was in the room. Like they might even not known he was taking a picture, or her or him. But maybe
it still looks fake to me. The photos, I know it's not. But
like they both look at it like, when you walk in on a meeting or something and they both like, they're not offended, but they're surprised. Like, hey, we were talking. It looked like that. So
no, I agree. I wonder. Or maybe they meant to do it. And maybe that was the plan all along. Maybe they got a promotion. On behalf of Jeff Dye, I'm Freddie Prinze. Listen to our show every week, Wednesday and Thursday. It's called Wrestling with Friends, Wrestling with Freddie. Peace.
This has been a production of iHeart's My Cultura Podcast Network. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.